Hi and welcome back, guys. Yes, I believe the bottom is in. I will show you a chart that is telling me that this correction might be over. Does that mean that Grayscale is potentially stop selling? No, but as we can see, the Bitcoin price is not that reactive anymore to the Grayscale selling than it was before. And I'm gonna show you why that actually is. If you think that is interesting, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these important updates. And now let me show you what I found here. So we are going to start off with the daily chart. And what we can see here is that we got yesterday a beautiful retest of the 50 moving average here and got rejected from it as I was expecting it. I told you guys that this is most likely going to be the case, but we held above $41,700, which is a key level to hold. Continuation to the upside here into the bigger resistance area of $46,000, $48,000, because we still have a vector candle here, and this is here this wick that did not got filled yet. So at some point, the Bitcoin price has to come back up to fill this candle to balance out the chart. If we would lose $41,700, we need to consider that we potentially would go back to like 41,200, 41, potentially even $40,200, because there's also, yeah, $40,400 here is a big support level right now. So, but we don't need to worry about this in this moment, and because Bitcoin is holding steady above $42,200 for the time being, hence why I believe that we could actually get over the next couple of days here a nice continuation to the upside. Another reason for that is that here the volatility index indicator is showing that we are also pointing to the upside here, which could be an indication for another breakout out of it. And you guys, you know the drill already. Every time when we are breaking out to the upside, the price follows, and the same when we go to the downside, breaking to the downside, and also breaking to the downside. Here's something that I just observed, is that we have here a reversal indication, so which means that there is a divergence. So normally when I click on it, cannot get the information what it is. So here you see, here's a regular bullish divergence. So, but this has already played out in my opinion. Nonetheless, there's still a lot of liquidity to grab to the upside, which I'm going to show you in a moment here. But before I move on to another chart, I want to point out that stochastic RSI is flatlining here in overbought territory already, but this can stay there for quite a while because the MACD just flipped bullish with a buy signal, and the RSI just also entered bullish territory above 53%. So there's still a lot of room to go into the upside, even though the stochastic RSI topped already out here. In the worst case, we see here some consolidation between $41,700 and $43,000 more or less over the next couple of days, so that the stochastic can come down a little bit and cool off before we see the next push to the upside. Let's have a quick look here at the EMA ribbons. So here we are also just about to get a flip. So you see, today is actually a crucial day, because if we get the flip, if we get continuation, because we come out of an uptrend, if we get continuation and the yellow string comes out of on top here once again, then we can be sure that this upwards move will, and this uptrend will continue over the next couple of weeks into the halving, which I was anticipating since, I don't know, for the last 6-7 weeks. You can go back to my past videos and check it. It's like 6-7 weeks that I said I don't expect that we are going to drop really hard here when we're going to $48,000. So now you can argue what is hard. Is 20% a hard drop in a Bitcoin bull run? It is on the lower end, you know, so because drops were always between 17 and 30, or even bigger than 30, and something between 25 and 30 would have been nice, but I'm also happy with a 20% drop with continuation now into the halving, and potentially after the halving experiencing a 28-30% drop. Why do I believe right now that the local bottom is in for Bitcoin? For that, I'm here now on a weekly chart. A weekly candle that closed yesterday is extremely bullish to me. Why is that? Because not only did we reclaim $41,300 as a support level for Bitcoin, no, we also created a massive wick here to the downside to show the market there's so much purchasing power and will to push the price up, and of course also hype, that we are holding the $41,300 range with a candle close and push the price higher from here. Now, for moving out of that range, Bitcoin needs to break above $43,900. And once we do, we could see Bitcoin rallying back into these prior highs over here and back into this wick, and actually to fill this wick, as I just pointed out. As long as we are staying within this range here, chances are that more likely that we are going here to the upside than actually turning around and breaking to the downside. If we would break from here to the downside and close a weekly candle out of that range, then of course my thesis about the local bottom would be invalidated, especially if we would close a weekly candle under, what is this here? Under $38,600 approximately, basically where we wicked down to last week. So if we get a candle close, a weekly candle close below that level, that would signal a trend reversal, and this was then here basically a topping formation. But like I said, I'm not anticipating that right now. It doesn't look like it right now. I think even the stochastic RSI is at the bottom, guys. So the stochastic is at the bottom. We were topping out here way before the price actually topped out. So like a week or 2 weeks before that. So when did we top out here? 4th of December, and we got here a month later, price-wise the top. So now we are about to reach the bottom this week or the week after that. Might be next week that we actually touch here the ground in oversold conditions for stochastic, and the price normally is going up before the indicator, so because it's lagging, so it's a lagging indicator. So that should actually mean that over the next 2 weeks we should see here a Bitcoin moving a little bit higher, or at least consolidate in this price range without losing it. So that is good news for us, so there's really good news price wise, because if Bitcoin would just keep ranging here, that means a lot of altcoins will then start to outperform Bitcoin. Again, people get bored. They shift money from Bitcoin to altcoins to get a little bit more excitement. And that will then prop up the altcoin market. So, but seeing this here, I did not check that before. And the stochastic is almost at the bottom is another, proof to me that this candle here could have marked a local bottom, now with continuation to the upside. When I go then here into lower time frames for hourly chart, you see that we are consolidating right now here under that resistance level of $42,600 to $43,200. Like I said, we tried to tap into this and got rejected there yesterday at $42,800. But I potentially can imagine that we're gonna get another retest today, or a slowly grind into it, something like this, and then get a pop here. So if we get something like this, we would form more or less an ascending triangle with a pop to the upside. That makes a lot of sense to me personally. Hence why I am again into a Bitcoin trade. I actually overnight lost one in a small loss. I gave away some of the profit that I made before, but I re-entered around the price where we are at right now, back into a trade to the $44,000 target. When we're looking here at our trades here on this 4-hourly chart, you see it's a little bit clearer that we are basically here in the last 3 candles just consolidating without breaking the range that we have from the daily open to the Monday high, from what is the daily open, $42,000 more or less to $42,500. That's like today's price range that we are trading in. And here, when it comes to our trade that I gave you 3-4 days ago, you would be still here almost 5% in a profit in spot. And then depending on the leverage that you're using, you have to multiply it with your leverage. So here's something really interesting, is that the stochastic RSI is here on the bottom. The MACD is about to flip here bullish again, if I see this correctly. So here's a little bit indecision right now, but this is due to the consolidation that we have. But the RSI still wants to go up here. Is here small, and here is actually a really small bullish divergence, but maybe with that small pump here, this $500 pump, it played already out. We're gonna see if that's the case with the next 4-hourly close and the next 4-hourly candle, with the direction that it's taking. Now, with the trade that I gave you, if you would have missed this one here, and we're talking here now about this one. This is the trade that I actually re-entered myself here again. Like I said, around the price action that we are at right now. So if I have a look here, I'm like, yeah, I'm $40 here right now in the minus, not much. So here, 42,274 is the price where I re-entered this. So I'm back into it to trade this to $44,000. And yeah, I would not be in this trade if I would not believe that I actually can win this trade. And otherwise, I have also here still this other trade running. Guys, don't forget, if you want to trade anywhere and you don't have an exchange account yet, go to BYBIT. You still get $30,000 for free if you sign up with my link here. Also on BitGet, plus that you can have a potential debit card. Again, I forgot it yesterday to reach out to my BYBIT manager. You know what? I gonna BitGet again, like yesterday. You know, I talk about BitGet, not BYBIT. So here, BitGet. I remember it. So I remember here another name, but it's not him. So, but it's fine. I'm gonna find the conversation with them to fix that, to get the potential whitelists spots that you will be one of the first to get some debit cards here. If you want to copy trade me on CoinW, especially the trade I'm in right now with no KYC, no VPN, then use the link here below. And if you want to copy trade me on FAIRDESK and get the highest bonus in the industry and just don't care about doing KYC because it just takes like a minute or so, then use this link here down below. When I go here to liquidation levels, I believe here when it comes to liquidations, that again, the upside is favorable here. And another reason why I believe that we go first up before we grab some downside liquidity is also that we are really close to the golden ratio here on the 4-hourly chart, the 0.618, the 0.65, $43,300 to $43,600. And this is also in alignment with the lower end of that big resistance cluster here. Most likely, we are coming up here, getting rejected, consolidate. Depends on how much we get rejected, and see then something like this here, like a bull flag or something, with another push into that resistance area, get from there rejection, and then potentially move higher from there. When we are just looking at liquidations, you can see here is a big cluster right now that has to be taken out. And once we do this, not only will this create another short cascade, another short squeeze, but it will also lead to the pump to fill this candle up here all the way to like $49,000. And again, this can happen in the next couple of days, latest by next week, in my opinion. You know, so this can happen really, really quick once we are here above $44,000. When we have a look here on the heat map, liquidation heat map, also here you see clearly if we break $43,000, there's right now the biggest level, $500 million, $522 million almost in short liquidation sitting there. Once we grab this, I think we're going to see a God candle to the upside if we take that kind of liquidity out. So we are not that far away. You know, we're like 1.3% away from that move, you know. So once we are breaking through that, I think there will be a massive God candle that will send us directly to like 44,200 or something like that. When we're looking here at the heat map in the order book, also here we can see that at around $43,000 is building right now a resistance. A lot of sell orders coming in there. Now you will understand why, because bears understand if we break $43,000, there is a short liquidation cascade coming, because there's over $500 million in short liquidations sitting right now. So, and once we are breaking $43,000 here, there's like at 43,500 some resistance, but I think we are just breaking through that like butter and go at least to $44,000 or close to it before we see any retracement once we break here the $43,000 level. And you see it's actually stacked here. It's from $42,800 to $43,000 because they want to make sure that it's not getting broken, you know. So that's why here a lot of sell orders actually layered in the order book. To the downside, nothing has changed besides that it got a little bit thicker around $41,000. You see that on the heated color, and the same for the $40,000 level. So here bulls are clearly marking their territory and saying, hey, even if you break 41, we don't let you push below 40. And even if you somehow manage to do that, then yeah, at 48 or 47 is basically the finish line. So now if I zoom in here a little bit, then you can clearly see here the fighting that's going on here around the $42,300 level right now, and $42,200 level to hold above this. But you see here red dots and the green dots. Here's a lot of selling going on, but also partially a lot of buying, which is also telling me, especially since this has increased over the last, oh, sorry, that's actually a minute chart. I have to go a little bit further back. Yeah, look here. So here's a lot of, here in this cluster, there was a lot of buying in the last hour. And then there was here in this cluster a lot of selling, but now is coming again a lot of buying into it. So here was a little bit of a mix, here also a little bit of a mix. I think here in the next cluster, it looks like that buyers want to, yeah, there, you see, bam, there it's happening. Strong buyers coming back and trying to push it higher. So here, $42,300. So we are trying to break it right now. So yeah, so I was kind of expecting that. Live here on the video, as I predicted it. When I go then here to this 4-hour chart on the CME chart, the only thing that I want to mention here really quick before I let you guys go is that we had a small CME gap from 42,600 to 42,360. We basically created it here with this green candle. Once that candle topped out, that was marking the opening of the CME. So we had then here this small gap, but it got immediately filled. So we saw here price coming up, pushing higher, came straight back down, but we held this level, which was really important because that was also the weekly close, and price basically came back up to the top of the range. So there is still the possibility of that inverse head and shoulders. I see now more people speaking about this on YouTube, but I really believe I was the first one a couple of days ago who pointed that out, that we potentially have that head and shoulders pattern going on here. I saw like 2 other YouTubers also talking about this in their video today. But yeah, let's see how price action is developing. Right now we have our plan, we have our trades. Here this trade is now also racking in here some profits as expected. So this is going well. And if you are, like I said, in the previous trade, you anyway are already golden here. So there's not much more to say, guys, for the time being. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about some altcoins and some new setups. Also in the Discord, I'm going to drop later some new altcoin trades. So make sure that you are in the Discord. You need to have a BYBIT account and at least $250 in it. And that BYBIT account needs to be created with my link in the description below so that you will be able to join the Discord. And the Discord is free of charge. You need only a BYBIT account with my link and $250 in it. That's all what you need. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'm going to see you then again tomorrow.